beautiful cloudberries, or in Finnish, hilla. These are the berries of the north. They grow in wetlands or peatlands, pretty much in boreal regions. These ones we picked from a wetland just near the city of Oulu in Finland. 2 years ago I picked some in the very, very top of Norway, near a town called Vadna, and I remember there was like a US Army base up there, and just barren land with shrubs, and a heap of these berries were growing, and yeah, they're very, very tasty, creamy berries. So let's do it. Let's make some cloudberry jam. So first thing to do is to clean out any bugs. This is everything that came out of the bucket of berries that we collected. You can see there's some bugs here, some plant material, even some caterpillars unfortunately perished. So good to have a little bowl of water, because these berries get a bit slimy and sticky. This is the residue from the bottom. Alright, first step is to put it in a big pot, and we're going to turn this up, and we're going to cook it, we're going to reduce it, and it's going to be good. So what I have here is just white grain sugar. Now you can use honey, you can use maple syrup, you can even use concentrated fruit juice apparently. All of these sugar containing ingredients are sort of necessary for the jam to be preserved. So sugar is the most simple option for this, and we're going to see how much sugar goes into this jam. Another handy thing is a mason jar or some sort of sealable jam jar. Now, I picked this up for €2.50, and what I'm going to do is just pour some boiling water over it and in it to sterilize just before filling this baby up with the jam. So this will be our big jam pot. And you can also use jars from the supermarket. With these ones, what you can do is pour boiling water inside it just before you fill it up with jam. You close it, seal it tight, and you can actually pop these into a pot of boiling water for 5 to 10 minutes, and that'll actually seal it again. Once you take them out, they'll be really hot. You leave them to cool down, and this poppable thing will pop back down, and that'll seal your jam for you. The reason why it pops down is, I guess, something to do with the temperature changes and going from super hot to cold, and it causes it to seal, to vacuum seal a bit. And we're just going to stir this creamy baby up. I got it set to 7. Let's keep it stirring so the bottom doesn't stick. Yeah, you might see some extra stuff in there when you're mixing. I just found another caterpillar. So this guy's unfortunately coming out of the mixture. I'm going to throw this guy out. Now, of course, you can leave these guys in your jam. I'm sure they will add some extra nutrients, but this time I would like a pure jam. We're going for as little amount of bugs and insects and plants other than the berries as possible. Yeah, this time we're going for a bug-free jam. Oh, is that another one? No, it's not. Turned it down to about 4 to 5 because we're heating up, it's getting hot, and now I can smell the amazing smell. I just cannot describe it. I would say that this smell, it literally smells like concentrated vitamin C, ascorbic acid, you know. It's a super antioxidant smell. It's just super tangy, super tang, super tang. It's great. I mean, you smell that and you just think like this shit is packed full of vitamins, nutrients. It's super healthy. This is medicine right here. Unfortunately, we're going to be putting some sugar in, but you know, if you're eating a healthy diet, then a little bit of sugar, a little bit of jam, for the sake of preservation and long-term storage, I think why not? But as I said before, there are alternatives that are much healthier. I just don't have them right now. If I had honey, I would use honey. But you also have to realize that whatever you're adding will alter the flavor of this, which by itself is absolutely tasty. Alrighty, so we're going to put the sugar in, and we're just going to stir little bit by little bit. Now, crazily, some people put half berry and half sugar, which is just, it's too much for me. So I'm going to put a fair bit. It's going to look like a lot, but we're dealing with a lot of jam here. So again, this is for preservation. Not a big fan of sugar, but we're definitely balancing that out with vitamins and nutrients from these cloudberries, picked from natural wetlands in the north. Can't get any better than this. So what I've done is I've just poured boiling water into that, washed it out. Also poured boiling water onto this metal ladle, just to sterilize it a bit. We're not transferring microbial cultures or anything, so we don't have to be too anal. But it's good to wash out the jar and the ladle. If you have any alcohol or disinfectant, or just give it a nice wash, dry it up, and then some boiling water is always enough. And yeah, just trying our best not to spill any. Don't want to make a sticky mess. I already have spilled a little bit, but I'm really happy about this jar size. It seems to be perfect for the amount of berries. So obviously I've cooked this for about maybe an hour and a half. I didn't really time it, but I just kind of stood here stirring. The longer that you cook it for on a lower temperature, just kind of so it's bubbling very slightly. You don't want to burn it. But the longer you cook it for, you notice over time that the smell and the taste gets more intense as the berry and the jam reduces. So I believe the longer the better, but you know, time wise it's a pretty lengthy process. I'm sure if I cooked this nice and slowly on a low temperature for 5 hours, I'd have a really intense jam, but that's going to be more like medicine than just a jam that I want to use. on some bread in the morning, which this is, and this is already very strong. I've tasted it. It tastes absolutely beautiful. Doesn't taste sweet at all. I only put a little bit of sugar just for the preservation and the natural taste of the berry and the tang. The tanginess is just amazing. If you ever get to taste freshly made jam from Cloudberries, you will be absolutely amazed by that tang. You know, it's chock-a-block full with vitamin C. So we're going to fill this up. Hopefully we got enough space. I think we'll just make it. Let's see. And yeah, we'll be dreaming. There we are. We have one big mother of a jam jar of Cloudberry jam. Now it's hot. It's probably like 70-80 degrees in there, but it's sealed now, and when it cools down that'll naturally just compress. Now I just thought, I haven't done this many times, but this jar is big, and my girlfriend decided to get this big jar. She wanted to put it in this big jar. She's Finnish, so I trusted her. But in my opinion, I think little jars are better because you don't have to open it all the time. This one, once you open it, you're kind of going to be introducing possible contamination every time you open it. So this might just be like a master storage, and you might access for a range of things: desserts, cakes, just jam on toast, whatever. And I have a little bit left over. I'll probably add this to a smaller jar. Beautiful. So I managed to fit the rest of it into a really nice jar that I found. I'm not sure if I can use it, but that will be perfect. That's a little jar of Cloudberry jam. Beautiful, and we're good. We're very good.